Hi there, beach cities. I can't wait to share with you this week. We had an off market Monarch Bay sale, top the charts. We had interest rates drop along with some crazy things happening in the economic world. We had inventory come down a little bit. We'll go over those numbers that matter here most in beach cities. And we're going to end with a unique commercial property that I'm excited to sell again. I can't wait to share with you. Let's jump right into it. This is the second week in a row that our high sale has come in Monarch Bay, which isn't a huge surprise because it really is one of the very best neighborhoods that we have here in the beach cities. With its exclusive beach access down to Monarch Beach, the Waldorf renting the clubhouse space and making that a great experience. When you go to the beach, they treat you like royalty, and it's absolutely wonderful. And as a result, there was a $10 million sale at 12 Monarch Bay Drive. This home was on the market previously, listed by the Altman brothers, and then taken over by Robin Robinson, who's one of my very favorite local agents. She did a phenomenal job telling people about it ahead of time, was in the middle of prepping the property for sale when they received an offer, and they ultimately sold it for $10 million. The interesting thing is this home was on the market in 2023 and 2024, like I said, with the Altman brothers, which I really look at the real estate reality TV shows as phenomenal entertainment. And at the end of the day, they are reality TV, which is not really real. And so as a result, what a lot of people end up experiencing is that they have a TV face come in, sign the listing that partners with a local agent that's willing to give most of the commission then right away to the TV face for getting the listing, and that agent's doing the legwork versus the TV agent that the seller thinks is doing the legwork. As a result, a very high percentage of these reality TV listings end up expiring and not selling. That happened in this case, and then once it was picked up by a local pro, did sell for a price that was very close to what the TV reality star was asking for. So what's the difference between a TV star and a local pro? Well, it shows in the numbers. Anytime I pull the numbers up and I show, okay, what's happening for the reality TV star, most of their homes are expired. When you pull up a local professional, most of their listings are sold. And so ultimately, it's the experience that you, the consumer, needs to have, which is a local professional on the ground that does a really good job and gets the property sold for you. All right, let's jump into the numbers that matter here in beach cities, which again I define as Dana Point, San Clemente, San Juan Capistrano, and Laguna Niguel. Active listings came down from 528 to 516 this week, and in escrow properties came down from 189 homes to 175 properties in escrow. This is a normal seasonal decline where we see both inventory and demand trending slowly downwards towards the end of the year. That's what we expect to have happen. It'll be interesting to see how interest rates impacts that. As of this week, again, homes are selling at 98% of their list price, with an average sold days on market of 42 days. There's an average in escrow days on market right now of 53, so we're going to see the sold days on market likely trend up in the next month or so, and then the average active days on market is even higher than that, and again showing us that really the nice, beautiful, best price homes are selling, and everything else right now is tending to sit a little bit longer on the market. What does that mean for us as buyers and sellers? Well, as buyers, that means you have more homework to do because you have more homes to look at. Sellers, that means we really need to prepare your house for market, price it appropriately, and make sure that your home stands up against its competition as the best value on the market. Now, last week was a very exciting week in the mortgage world and the economy. We saw the Fed hold and say, no, we're not going to drop the Fed rate. And then the day after the Fed decided to do that, a whole bunch of jobs revisions came to the previous month's job reports showing that the labor market is not as strong as they were claiming it to be. And a lot of the people on the Fed and chairs on the Fed are starting to indicate, okay, if we had that data, we probably would be in favor of dropping the Fed rate at this point. But I want to know your opinion. Drop a comment, let me know. Is inflation rampant still? Is the economy booming? Do you feel like we need to hold this restrictive policy that the Fed rate is currently at, which is a restrictive policy designed to reduce inflation? They need to hold that longer, and we need to see it out so that we don't create some boom and bust. Or do you feel that the economy is maybe a little bit slower, inflation's been reduced, and now we're seeing weakening in the job market, and it's time to at least go to neutral policy? Let me know your economic forecast. I'd love your opinion in the comments below. As a result of the job revisions last week, we watched the bond market drop the 10-year yield down to 4.2%, which brought our interest rates down to just over 6.5% on a national 30-year average mortgage, which is great relief. And we expect with those revisions that we're going to see continued relief over the next several months in interest rates and possibly some aggressive Fed rate cuts in September. But hold tight. We'll keep you informed as that happens or whether or not it does. Our local spotlight this week, I want to do a shout out to my gardener. A lot of people ask me, do you have a great gardener? And for a long time, my answer has been no, or you know what, I loved him for a while and now I don't. At this very moment, I have a new one that I love right now. And why I want to give him a shout out is because he went the extra mile. We had an open house on Saturday at one of our listings, and a report came back to us that the entryway was really overgrown and blocking people's access to the home and wasn't making a great first impression. I made a call to Domitio Reyes. He got out there right away and made it look so much better. Check out the before and afters and know that if you need a great gardener, I've got one. Here's his phone number. Write it down. Send him business. He's local to San Juan Capistrano, Dana Point, San Clemente, and Laguna Niguel. That's his market too. Let him know I sent you. I'm sure he'll take great care of you. This week's deal of the week is a boomerang property for me because I actually sold it 5 years ago. It had previously been used as a tow yard for 50 something years. It's actually a commercial lot, which I know I don't sell a ton of commercial, but when my clients ask me to, I always want to make sure that I help them. This lot is a unique one because one, it's been a tow yard. Two, it's in Lake Forest. And so you're in a market where you don't have access to tow or construction yards or very many of them. They're kind of hard to find here in South Orange County. So if you have a friend that's a contractor, a tow person, or needing a big construction yard or storage yard, this is a great lot. We're going to be listing it at $2 million, and it comes with an office. It's going to be in high demand because, again, it is a unique product and it's something that you just don't see come to market very often. Okay, that's a wrap. Let me know what you think of this in this format in the comments. If you get any value of it, hit subscribe, like, share it with your friends and family. We look forward to keeping you up to date with what's happening in the Beach Cities real estate market. I'll see you next week.